Oh, look, Greg, is another spy balloon.
Oh my God, Jeff. Again?
This time over California.
What does it say on the side?
It says, I see no intelligent life.
I see shiny stuff.
Hello everyone, this is Jeff of Tau Fledermaus. Today we have a slug that comes all the way from the country of Latvia. And these are made by a company called D-Duplex, which has been making innovative shotgun rounds for about 20 years. The slug we'll be testing today is called the Caviar. It's a frangible slug, meaning it'll disintegrate on impact. The slug is comprised of hundreds of number 7 lead shot held together with a black resin. The ribs along the side allow it to be shot safely even through a full choke. The 2-piece wad functions as sort of a shock absorber to soften the recoil and also acts as a stabilizing tail so it flies straight through the air. Now, even though the box says D-Duplex USA, I believe, based on the powder, that they're manufactured in Latvia and imported. The powder is called Vectan and is very popular in Europe, not so much in the United States. Now, the box indicates the slug is supposed to weigh 1 1/16 ounce. However, when I weighed it, I got about 1 ounce or 28.7 grams. These are a relatively slow-moving slug. In fact, they're subsonic, with a muzzle velocity of only 1,080 feet per second, or 329 meters a second. Let's head out to the test range now and see if we can figure out what the best use of these slugs would be.
Welcome back, Tau Flitter folks. Jeff behind the camera and Officer Greg out here with you today, bringing you the Caviar slug made by Duplex. You've seen some Duplex rounds here before.
D-Duplex.
D-Duplex. Duplex.
Yeah, there you go.
Mike Berkey sent these over to us to shoot. These are called the Caviar slug, and I think you can tell why. They look a lot like caviar. What these are is a bird shot encased in polyethylene. So essentially what it is a factory produced wax slug. You've seen wax slugs before where we melt wax and melt crayons and put bird shot in them, and they fly down range as one piece usually. Well, these are designed to do the same thing. The slug stays intact the entire way down range, but when it hits, the concept behind these is that it breaks apart and does massive damage, and also supposedly safer for things like drywall and anything else.
Everything goes through drywall, Greg.
Right, I know. I've got a video
There's
about
hundreds of videos of a 22 going through like
Yes.
20 sheets of plywood or drywall.
And if you haven't seen it, I have a video over on OG's Danger Show about 12 gauge rounds through drywall after shooting through a frozen turkey baby. Anyway, these Duplex rounds, the Caviar round, they're 2 3/4 inch. They're made for, well, supposedly in theory, home defense, that kind of thing. So we're going to try them against a few targets down here and see what they do. Let's get to it. We're 20 yards away from that steel plate downrange. I'm going to aim at the black dots so we can kind of check and see how accurate they are. And then maybe we'll fire one out of a rifle barrel and see if we can't jack that all up. Oh, looked like it hit right on the dot. Whoa.
Now, out of a smoothbore, we can see that the slug is kind of wiggle-wagging its way down the range, but you can't argue with that type of accuracy. That thing was dead on. No practice shots. That was the first shot we took.
So let's try rifling, fully rifled barrel, and see if that doesn't make everything better. Here we go. Hit. Whoa.
Now, using full rifling, we have spin, and it's pretty stable in flight. Now, Greg was just using open sights, and it's subjective whether or not this was less accurate or not. We gotta blame something, so we'll just blame Greg this time.
Okay, how about a cabbage?
Here we go, one cabbage, which in England means like about $1.50, I think.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Nice.
Ooh. Look at that damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Now we're back to using the smoothbore, which has a red dot sight. And that really does help get slugs on target, especially a smaller target like this. And I get a lot of comments questioning why we use optics on a shotgun, as if shotguns aim themselves.
What's going on here?
We put this old shitty gel block up front. What we're going to try and do is hit it, see if the round expands like it's supposed to, or blasts all of its little pellets out. But we're going to try and see if it over penetrates and damages the jug of water behind it. So,
Makes sense to me.
does it?
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
There we go.
Now, one of the selling points of this slug is its lack of over penetration. But we could see here, it hardly penetrated this block of plastisol gel. However, it dumped a lot of energy into that gel at the same time.
Okay, so the jug, nothing hit the jug, nothing came out.
No, the jug landed on the ground was 100% whole until I opened it up to rinse off the block. Hit the block, and I don't know if you can see in there, but basically blew up like it was supposed to. Started dispersing all those little tiny pellets. You can kind of
You see on the side there?
see it through there a little bit.
Okay.
However, no pellets exited the back of the block, and therefore our water jug is this was
Yeah, I guess that'd be good for a hostage situation.
sure if you're using a 12 gauge for a hostage situation. Before, let me head this off at the pass. Everybody's going to say, well, you need to shoot it through drywall. First of all, there's a million videos online about that, but keep in mind that every single projectile you shoot is going to go through drywall. So this round, why even test it? It's going to blow a big giant hole through drywall. It is designed to reduce the damage to someone downrange, or at least to an innocent person, but just keep in mind you've got a full load of
if
bird
you're
shot.
not a very good shot, at least know what's behind your target.
Yes.
If you miss, it's not going through the nursery and hitting your baby, right?
That's right.
Know what's behind your target. What is that, rule number 3?
Yeah, something like that. 3, 7, I don't. Don't put your baby down the hallway. Put them behind you. So
Yeah.
these rounds are on the box. They advertise that these things would be good for maybe door breaching, and I can tell you from personal experience that with door breaching, you want a frangible round that's made out of like powder, compressed powder, and not 1,000 little BBs. Because those things are going to blast all over the place. And
Yeah.
They-
First shot will ricochet like crazy.
they wouldn't kill you, but they would definitely sting you and all of your buddies behind you waiting to get in the door. So.
Yep, yep.
Probably not the best for door breaching. They do advertise that they're good for semi-automatic shotguns. Everything we've seen so far says that they would cycle okay through automatic shotguns. So, I don't know. Let's give them a test on something else.
Okay. Piece of meat. Is that the...
It's the shoulder of a pork, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know they were so
Don
square.
Harrell, what's his name? Don Harrell?
Oh, Paul Harrell?
Paul Harrell, yeah. His brother Don.
Yeah.
The meat target.
Everybody wants to reference the meat target. You should have covered it in oranges and layered it with a layer of ribs and put soda jugs behind it. And then,
That's so
of
goofy.
course, the fleece backstock.
Okay. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh, my. That ought to look good.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Oh, my.
Now, the caviar slug did a pretty surprising amount of damage to our meat target. In fact, that was a lot more than I expected from a 1-ounce subsonic projectile.
This is what we ended up with. So we had some pretty impressive damage here. There's a piece of plastic.
Oh, it's a piece of it, huh?
Yeah, the plastic.
Didn't completely break apart, huh?
Look at this. Shattered the bone
Ooh.
into a gnarly little razor point.
Yikes.
There's more plastic. There is a couple of little pellets we found over here.
Okay.
And man, it just did a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
It wasn't a huge piece of meat. It was probably 5 inches thick, 4 inches.
5 inches. 4. You guys remember our buddy Clay Atkins? He's waiting for us. We're going to try one of these. This one's covered in clay water, but we're going to try one in there. We expect massive, massive damage. So let's blow him up. Here we go.
Nice.
Oh my. Oh.
Now, everybody likes the clay target. It usually blows up very nicely. Now, we didn't shoot the lead plate because we were worried that we might get some kind of pellets ricocheting back at us.
Okay, I'm ready.
Shoot it on the ground?
Yeah. Oh yeah! Here we go, baby! Get him!
Good kill, good kill.
What'd you find there in that spy balloon?
Well, Jeff, clearly we've been spied upon by the Chinese because they sent a super balloon over.
It looks like a swimming cap.
It does, actually, yeah. Now we can keep it. Thanks, China. Sending over a swim cap. But here's the interesting part, Jeff. This is what we recovered on the ground after it fell. So
Little parts.
I don't think that was just a weather balloon.
Okay.
Then, hold on a second. There's something tucked in here. Oh my God, it's a fortune. It says you will meet someone new today. And on the back, lottery numbers. Oh well.
Wah, wah.
What are you gonna do? Thanks, China. Here we go. Wow. This thing really.
Wow.
And just like the other shots where we shot into the plastisol and the meat, we didn't get very deep penetration into our ballistic gel bunny. But all the energy from that slug transferred into that bunny and threw it about 10 feet. And I want to thank Clear Ballistics for sending this little rabbit out to us so we could shoot it and have fun. Thank you.
What do you think?
Well, we hit him right here in his little chin underneath his little neck and made quite a
Oh, very
balloon track.
shallow penetration.
Very shallow penetration, but look at that, how it kind of blew apart. And I don't know, you got probably a 3-inch circle there of pellets. So, ideal for home protection? Probably not, because that doesn't come anywhere close to the
FBI standards.
FBI standards.
But imagine
18
getting hit in the chest cluster of pellets.
It would hurt and it would do you a lot of damage. It would more than likely kill you.
It would end the threat.
Well, it would.
Wouldn't it end the threat? I mean,
It would end a human
yeah.
here. However, because the FBI standards are for, like, oops, if I turned at the last minute and got
It's going to
shot in
take
the
your
arm,
arm off.
It would, but
And again, you're going to be out of the action.
are you really, or are you still able to shoot with this hand?
I'd be on the ground crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of our bad guys have such weak constitutions, so
And they're all
we want something that digs a little
kept
deeper.
up on goofballs or something.
Yeah. We want something that digs a little bit deeper into the meat, but it did, for what it does, it did some pretty impressive damage in this little rabbit.
So
So
what are these good for? What are these?
these are good for if you don't want to make your own wax slugs. These are good for fun, range fun, destroying pork shoulders. But they are also, I mean, you could use them for home defense. It's not gonna hurt, but
It's gonna hurt, but
that was a figure of speech.
yeah, okay.
Personally, I'm gonna stick with double aught buck and or slugs with my shotgun. But if you like something like this, if you're worried about over penetration, maybe this.
How much penetration do we get there? Like 3 inches or something?
About, yeah, about 3 inches. I don't know. I don't have anything that's 3 inches long to measure that with, Jeff. But
Oh.
I'm imagining that's about 3 inches.
Okay.
Familiar with that. So again, if you're really concerned about over penetration and you're really concerned about what's going to fly through a drywall if you miss, maybe these will ease your little mind. I don't know. I'm not going to rely on that to keep my kids safe at downrange, but it's another option. It's factory available instead of you having to cook it up on your stovetop at home and melt all your kids' crayons. So there is that.
Yep. They fly. They're accurate and they fly straight.
Yeah.
For the most part.
So we thank Mike Berkey for sending those over. They were fun to shoot, and they're always fun to test out and see what we got, see what they'll do. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next video.
Ow.